chosen this mobility course to increase your overall physical wellness. This is your first part of your mobility series. So it's going to be our hip health segment. It's going to be a lot of smaller movements, but it's still going to be intense. So if you have met me in person or not, this series is meant to give you a very structured outline for something that's going to be beneficial for you to actually see change versus kind of leaving your personal trainer or your physical therapist and trying to remember those things. This video is going to be able for you to have a routine and to repetitive movements over and over again that's going to make some differences in your body. The goal of this segment is for you to do at least this practice 2 to 3 times a week. 3 times is really the goal, but if you can only do 2, that is going to be so much more beneficial than 0. And your goal is to do this for at least 4 weeks before moving on to another one. And then you can cycle through the other mobility. And some of these will come to you very easily and you'll remember, and things that might feel the best, you'll be able to come and do those just quickly on another day when you don't have time to do a whole class. So all you need today is a thing of blocks. If you don't have blocks, just recommend getting some. They're totally worth it. There's a lot of great things about the blocks. I recommend a cork block, if not a foam block. Otherwise, we do also require a bolster today. And if you don't have a bolster, just grab like 2 big pillows. That will be beneficial enough. All right, if you do have any other questions after this video, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. I'm here to help you. I want to help you grow. And if there's something that we're not targeting that is going to be more beneficial for you, I'm your girl. All right, let's start standing. So today with our mobility, a lot of things we're going to do is dynamic before we move down into slow static stretches. So everything about today is going to also be learning about your body. So take it slow, listen, be aware where there's clicks or there's pops, where one side feels tighter than the other. The first thing what we're going to do here, we're going to do some dynamic swings with our legs. So we're going to use a wall today. If you have a wall, that's great. If you don't, for some reason, have a wall accessible, you can always have your hand on the back of the couch or something that might work. Otherwise, you're just going to stand and just try to make it work without a wall, and that's totally fine. So in mobility, a lot of stuff we're going to do is going to be about alignment. So we're going to think about our hips and our chest always kind of being in that nice posture. The one thing we're going to focus on this dynamic swing is tucking your tail. So if you stand normally, your tailbone might push out. We're just going to try to tilt our pelvis so that our hip bones lift up towards our rib cage. And not exaggerate so that then it begins to round your spine, but it's literally like a ½ inch of a tuck, and it's going to make a difference. So stand onto your right leg. Right hand could gently land on the wall. Soft bend in your right knee. You're going to really ground in the ball of your right foot. Then plug that left leg up into the hip. So I'm really activating the leg so it lifts up. It's really tight. While I'm here, I'm keeping that tail tug, and we're going to do 10 dynamic swings forward and back. When you're doing these swings, I want you to avoid this, leaning forward and arching your back. We want the legs straight, toes flex, chest is lifted, and just swing that leg as far back and forward as you can. We're just allowing our leg to swing to get some blood flow, some circulation into the space, warm up the leg before we do some movements. After you do the 10 swings,